Welcome back. It's still Good Morning Nigeria on the network service of the NTA, and up next is the papers.
Nigerian, I will be reviewing the papers this morning. We are missing Chukudi, actually.
Yeah.
But I'll be back next week, I believe. So you begin?
All right. Let's look at the blueprint quickly. The blueprint leads with Ida Kabir. That's the kicker. Army raises the alarm over Boko Haram ISWAP plot to bomb northeast. NSCDC deploy operatives nationwide. FG declares Wednesday, Thursday public holidays. And that's on page A10. Away from that, INEC appeals judgment voiding 2027 guidelines. Below the picture story, Kachiku adopted ADC candidate. Promises issue-based campaign. Atiku Amechi await mark-led faction primaries results. Okay, all right. Away from that, Nigeria's economy grows 3.89% in first quarter of 2026, and that's on page 20. Kaduna residents lament as prices of RAM hit 1 million naira. Wow, that's on page 18. And the Green Strip, we have Kwara, that's the kicker. Police confirm abduction of 10 persons by terrorists in Kashikaikira. That's on page 6, not a good one. Above the masthead, why Fubara stepped down from Rivers APC governorship contest, according to Wike. That's on page 10. That's about it on the front page of the blueprint this morning. Let's see what the leadership has. Leadership just has a few headlines, and that's because you can see a picture of the president here, displaying his certificate of return as the candidate of the All Progressives Congress in the 2027 general election. All right, interesting. Above the masthead, INEC appeals ruling voiding primaries, candidate nomination deadlines, and that's on page 4. Hayatuddin alleges malpractices in ADC primaries as aspirants await results. That's on page 4. And finally, on the front page of the leadership this morning, we have bandits attack Kwara community, burn Emia's palace, abduct 10. That's on page 22. All right, that's it.
That's what you have? Okay, let me quickly go to the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. And below the masthead of the Daily Trust newspaper, 2027, Jonathan knows fate on eligibility today. You find the details on page 8. And ADC to announce presidential candidate as 3.4 million members vote. Details on page 7. Senator Buba emerges PRP governorship candidate in Bauchi. Promises 80,000 minimum wage. Details on page 10. And sad story that Yuri has read. Bandits attack Emia's palace. Wives, children, others kidnapped. Find the details on page 3 and 4. And as people prepare for the Eid-ul-Kabir celebration, travelers at motor park across states. Yesterday, that's the picture or stories you see there. Passengers at motor parks across states yesterday. At the bottom plate of the Daily Trust newspaper, why Abuja Kaduna Road gridlock persists. Want to know why? If you're on that route, you know what to do. You find the details on page 5. Cleaner barks 20 years for killing boyfriend. Details on page 21. And INEC appeals judgment nullifying guidelines for party primaries. Others, you find the details on page 8. Supply shortage, high depot prices shoot up gas price. Again, you find the details on page 9. Yuri, gas price shoots up. Yesterday I bought gas at 21,000 naira.
Really?
For 12 kg, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes. 21,000 naira for 12 kg yesterday.
Question is, where are we headed?
I don't know.
All right. I mean,
I just hope it gets better. Because you're buying fuel at 1,300, 1,400, and now you're buying gas at 21,000. Everything is just skyrocketing.
And how much is your minimum wage again? I'm just trying to check something in my head. You know, I mean, this is really
Yeah,
sickening.
they don't go there. But I just feel that there should be something to sort of cushion the effect of this, what's going on around the world. I know it's not just peculiar to Nigeria, because the Israel, US, Iran war is causing a lot of trouble across the world, but still, I don't know what to say.
All right. Also, the security situation is also putting a lot of people in that same situation. I'm not knowing.
I'm surprised people are traveling this much. You know, look at a lot of people at the parks.
Some people just have to be with their families.
Yeah.
Do you understand? You know, I was talking with someone, you know, some days ago, and she was really feeling sad that she's not been able to see her dad for over 7 years now. Yeah, because she can't go by road, and then she can't afford the air ticket, right? So, I mean, some people just would have no choice, but they just have to, you know, spend time with your families, and it's either could be, by the way. So for some people, you just need to be home. Yes. You know, some people work in different places, their families, you know, their wives, their children, you know, and all of that. So anyways, but, you know, as we talk about celebrating, we should also be cautious, you know, like you have also said, where you go to pray, where you
even within the city itself.
Exactly, because the army is raising alarm over Boko Haram, you know, and these WAP's plan to bomb. And here it's specific. It says the northeast, and you know, I'm just hoping that we do not hear any negative news, you know, as we celebrate this season.
Because now,
honestly,
in Kwara State, I wonder why Kwara is being targeted. It was quite peaceful. You know, bandits attack Emir's palace, wives, children, elders kidnapped.
That's another very worrying development. You know the saying, you know, when all of this started and it wasn't enough, some people said, oh, well, it doesn't concern us. It's in one part of the country. But you see, what affects one has a way of coming back to you. Yes. Right? So whether or not it's your community, whether or not it's your local government or your state, we should all be concerned and we should do the needful, because you never can tell, you know, where the stone is going to hit next. And I just hope that every state government, right, not just in the north, every governor, after they get more now, should come together and see how they can protect their people. It is their primary assignment. It is. They are the chief security officers of their states. All right, so they should do the needful. They know what to do. Work with the security agencies. Make funds available. If you have to empower, you know, local vigilante or whatever, just make sure that people are safe.
That's why the president is pushing for the state police. And you know, every time this happens, they run to Abuja to president. You know, President Tinubu cannot do everything. The center cannot do everything. The state government need to, you know, take action on what is happening.
And what's even so sad now is the fact that people get kidnapped or people get killed. And some of these states go and pacify the families with a certain amount of money. And people are saying, well, why not put all these resources together and ensure people are safe in the first place, instead of, you know, reacting after there's, you know, a situation that is putting a lot of people in tears. Let's not forget that there are many children who will never recover from things like this. There are many families who will forever, you know, be under as a result of maybe such incidents, whether kidnapping, whether killing, or whatever it is of their loved ones. I just hope that we get over all of this
Kaduna, Abuja gridlock, so anybody traveling on that road should take another road to wherever you want to go, because that road, so I was seeing it on videos yesterday, it was something else. Hours, and some people might even spend days on that road before they pass.
All right, of course, 2027, so many headlines about that. INEC, political parties, I mean, oh well. Let's move away from that. Let's talk about Ida Kabir. You know, I'm excited about Ida Kabir.
Arafat Day and all that. So we'll be right back after this break. I'll go away.